Hello and welcome to ABD Stadium for tonight's FFA Cup clash between Hume City and Moreland City. The prize tonight is a spot in the final 32 of the Westfield FFA Cup. Hume City, another home game here at ABD Stadium. They've defeated Lane Warren, Nunawanning and North Sunshine to get to this stage of the competition, and Moreland City have been the side that's knocked out a few NPL clubs. You can imagine getting a cup from them, knocking out St Albans. And also Oakley a couple of weeks ago, as well as beating the other Hume side, Hume United, on their way to the final 8 of Victoria. As we're close to kick-off here at ABD Stadium. As we're just waiting on the ref to get started. So you watched.
I think we're about to get underway.
And we're underway here at ABD Stadium as Blair Govan plays the ball long, looking for Boland. It's well headed out by Finn Huzzy, and we'll just quickly, I think it might have been, ball Osman, Coast and Rickson. And Cito plays the ball over the top for Coast. It's end-to-end action early here. Ball gets played to the back post.
Oh.
Well, wonderful play there by Urson Kay to get the ball away from Lissandro Paz, making a great run there at the back post. The youngster Hayden Tennant, who will play the ball long, looking for Boland, who's got a bit of space. Gives it to McGarry, the break on here for Hume City. As they look with Hegarty running out wide. Theo Marcallis wants the ball played. That's wonderfully cut out. And Boland gets the ball back now, plays it to Hegarty at the back post, all on his own. Cito's there, trying to stop him as he cuts the ball back to the back post. Here's a chance for Attila Offley. Get it out of your feet, son. Blasted, and what a save by Kieran McDowell.
Foul.
Sean Sacco delivers it into the back post. It's got plenty on it, headed back, and Michael Weir's going to save. It's just actually fumbled, but the referee says it was in his hand before it was kicked, and Michael Weir is down here. The stadium, as another airplane pops over the roof as we're close proximity to Melbourne Airport, not too far away, just a little bit further up in Tullamarine. Ball played over the top there. Is Hegarty onside? He is. Huts inside well, plays the ball over, looking for Boland. It's well cut out again. Ball falls for Theo Marcallis. He drives it. Felix Rosman does well to get his body in the way. Ball falls up in the air. Theo trying to get on the end of it. Ball, they finally get it away. Felix Rosman up in the air.
And 1-on-1 with Rickson. You know that Rickson obviously doesn't boast a lot of pace, but he's causing problems as he gets the ball again.
Rickson's in here, goes past the keeper. Can they cut it back? And it's well cut out again, as it looked like Lissandro Paz was all on his own, but Urson Kay was able to make that block.
The area and will go and do so again.
Here's Hegarty, whips the ball in, up goes Brian Brand, and it's up in the air, and Kieran McDowell will collect. He has gotten on the end of a few of them, I think last week as well.
Claimed easily as Kaya tries to move forward.
It's again the ball over the top ball, and he's got numbers forward. Theo Marcallis turns back, plays it to Attila Offley. Finn Huzzy trying to pressure him. Extra numbers, gets a foot in. So does Corey Thomas, who seems to have recovered from that knock on the ankle. Well, he's a bit gingerly, but not as much as he was. So now they get the ball out wide. McGarry, he's got Theo Marcallis in support. Plenty of numbers back now for Moreland City as Nick Hegarty picks the ball up. Sliding challenge by Paz. Wins the ball back, and they try to head it onto Paz. It's cut out. Hume on the attack again. Boland on the back post, outside the foot. Liam Boland, 1-0 Hume City. Wonderful ball there by McGarry at the outside of the foot, and all on his own was Liam Boland, who gets another headed goal, Sean.
Yes, and that's exactly what Hume City needed, a goal just before half-time. A crushing blow for Moreland City. For the last 39 minutes have well and truly held their own. Excellent ball across the left-hand side. I was just about to say prior to that, Chris, we haven't seen much of Liam Boland in this game, but great strike, step up in key moments, and he was counted on that occasion. Great header into the bottom corner, and exactly what Hume City needed.
Well,
a bit of a blow, but nothing they can't recover from, Chris. It is only one goal, and they have exposed Hume City's vulnerabilities, particularly on the counter-attack, and they have looked good, I think, for the referee blows for half-time.
I think Michael Weir's taken a good minute to take that one there. So it is half-time here at ABD Stadium. A lone Liam Boland goal, probably about 10 minutes before half-time. A beautiful header by James McGarry Cross. And that's the way it is at half-time. So Hume probably on the back foot, but they have the lead.
Comfortably, well, relatively anyway, and clearing the ball out into touch. As it looks as if, I don't know if Hume are readying potentially a substitution here. It's David Chick, who's coming down to speak to the fourth official, but just have to wait and see.
And it's going to be number 14. It's going to be the youngster from Queensland. It's going to be Nicholas Panetta. Looks like he's warming up as Hume on the attack. Hegarty gets inside, gets to that left foot. Nick Hegarty! 2-0 Hume City. Have they broken Moreland's back? Have they got themselves into the final 32 of the FFA Cup again, Sean?
You must with that beautiful left foot of his. Receiving the ball. I think it was Daniel Clark with the distribution. Picking out Hegarty. He was running at the defender. Turned him inside out. Buried the ball into the corner again. Not much Kieran McDowell could do about that. We were saying earlier, Chris, second goal for Hume might be what they needed to put this game to bed. And back into this one, if they can pinch one back, you just never know. But it's probably going to have to come sooner rather than later, particularly with Hume looking so threatening on the break, Chris.
And here's just a 1-2 with Boland in the midfield. They play it out. It's going to be cut off by Lysandro Paz. McGarry got a foot in there as players go over in the middle of the park. Boland trying to get on the end of it. It's going to fall for Panetta. Here's a chance for Panetta. He can slip in. Nick Hegarty. Hegarty can have a touch, and Nick Hegarty can get saved. It's well done, Kieran McDowell. And Nicholas Panetta, you see his quality there, was slipping Nick Hegarty in with a perfect ball.
Chris, for Jay Kelly to try and stake a claim here, and even if it wasn't enough to get them through to the round of 32, even for the rest of the season, try and has...
Jay Kelly does extremely well here to get to the edge of the box. Played in towards Rickson. It's cut out by Brian Brand. Well positioned again. You can lay it off to Sean Sacco. Can try to get it out of his feet. Whip the ball in towards Rickson. It's headed away again, but only as far as Paz. And it's blasted and deflected. Can they get on the end of it? Going over. No penalty is given there. As a few players get tangled up in the box, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Kieran McDowell. And try to set things up, but he's under a bit of pressure, Sean Sacco. Finn Huzzy and Moreland trying to set things up, but he's got nowhere really to go except for just clear the ball in the midfield that Brian Brand's going to lay off to McGarry. Here's a Panetta. He's got a chance. Panetta. He can get it out of his feet. Well done. Panetta can go for the corner. And Nicholas Panetta finishes it with absolute class. Wonderful work by Hume City. They pressed up, and Nicholas Panetta set his defender the wrong way and curled it into the top corner. That's the quality of the kid. It
is, and a substitution. Absolutely perfect, really. Perfect timing. Panetta, since he's come on, he has caused a myriad of problems for Moreland City. And as we were saying a bit earlier, this was always on the cards. Chris, as Moreland push men forward. And a very timely substitution made by Hume City, putting on the pace of Panetta, who's come on and has been absolutely brilliant. And not only with his passing and his distribution, but his finishing. Wasn't an easy finish as well.
Picked up by McGarry as Hume go for more blood in this game. Out to Hegarty. Hegarty trying to play it to a 1-2 with Offley. They don't get away with it. Brian Brand up in the air. It's going to be chested back there by Boland up in the air. Attila Offley, can he turn and give it to Hegarty? He can get it to Hegarty. This time we'll go with the right foot, Willie. He's got a chance to go around. Who's there to lay it off? Attila Offley! And he cannot buy a goal, Attila Offley. It's off the line there by Tyler James. Well done from him. But Attila Offley's luck in front of the big sticks. Once again, couldn't do much more there as they try to counter again and Hume get the ball back.
Very well put there, Chris. I don't think he can buy a goal at the moment. Yeah, he's hit the target. Well, effectively, that was going on target. And cleared off the line by the one player that was on the line, so it couldn't have gone to a worse part of the goal line. And again, as Hume looked to add a fourth.
Hayden Tennant in the box. Boland's there. They can't get it to him. Deflected up. And Kieran McDowell did extremely well to adjust his body there. Would not have expected that to be sliced off his defender. Rafferty does well, wants to get on the end of it. Can they play it through? Here's a chance, young Connor Rafferty. Gets to attack the Hume backline. He can play the ball out wide. And here's Ben Osei-Sappho, can get in onto that right foot, can get the shot away, well blocked by Brian Brand. And here's the counter for Hume City. Panetta out towards Hegarty. They got 4 numbers forward, Hume. Hegarty skips in on that left foot to Panetta. Panetta back to Hegarty. Wonderful play. Ziggy Zaga. Wonderful football. And Nick Hegarty blasted in. And that's wonderful football by Hume City. They've carved Moreland up. It's 4-0. And they're on their way to the national stage again.
They are, and with good reason. Hume City clinical there on the counter-attack, and it was just a real contrast, I think. Chris, we saw Moreland City try and do something similar at the opposite end, and it didn't come off. And Hume on the break, absolutely clinical. Nick Hegarty probably had that coming all night, and I think it's been a couple of times where he probably wanted to round McDowell, and he finally was able to do so on that occasion. Look at that excellent ball there from Panetta. Look at the absolute class there from the young man, really holding his head, and picked out Hegarty, who continued his run, had the head to round the goalkeeper and knock the ball in. And it's looking very, very resounding now, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe he can get a wonderful goal here at the end of the game. It is Liam Boland. It's low, and Kieran McDowell covered it well. I built it up. He let me down.
Well, at least he got it on target as the referee blows full time.
Well, there we are here at ABD Stadium. It is Hume City, who are the first of the Victorian clubs, member nation Victorian clubs, into the FFA Cup final 32. Moreland City have had a wonderful competition so far. They turn their attention back to the league, but it is Hume City for the third consecutive year on their way to the national stage.
And well deserved, I think, Chris. I think having this conversation at half time, we probably thought Moreland were a little bit stiff probably to find themselves 1-0 down, but you've got to get yourself back up in the second half, and Hume City managed to turn the screws and again pounce and capitalise when they had to. And that's the difference, isn't it, at this level? The difference between the NPL and the NPL2 is being able to really take the chances and punish teams when you have to.
Thank you.